What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Coach Drew, and you are with the Unstuck Living Podcast. And we're going by part 2 today of the top 6 questions I get asked often. So part 1, go listen to that, and here we are, part 2. So the 4th question that I get asked often, for some reason I wouldn't think I get asked this, but I do. Do I have any fears? Short answer, yes. Long answer, yes. I think one of my biggest fears is not taking the amount of risk that God wanted me to take. So playing it safe in some areas maybe, or just not taking enough risks. So I'm working hard at breaking through with that fear and trying to take more risk and trying to do things that scare me, but it's hard. It's challenging, and some days I'm just like, nah, I'm okay, and then some days I feel like I can run through a wall, but we're learning and we're trying. So that's the 4th question. The 5th question I get asked is, what is my long-term vision when it comes to life in general? And that's probably a different podcast, because that can take a long time. But overall, I want to put my family in a place where I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, how I want. So that means vacation when I want, vacation where I want, and how I want. And I've learned that lesson from Myron Golden, who is one of my biggest inspirations. I don't want to put a cap on my family's happiness and my family's experiences. And I know that takes work to get there. That's definitely one of my bigger visions. And of course, there's a ton more in that, but that summarizes it a lot. The 6th question is, how have I become so consistent? And that's going to go back to one of my questions in the first part, which is just consistency and practice. Well, can't use the word consistency, but practice. But one thing in my head, when I gotta get consistent at something, I make it so small in my head, and I make it a to-do, or I get to do every day, that it's so small that I really can't miss it. And then after that, by 3 weeks in, I can just increase it a little bit by a little bit, and then I could do more. So as you're listening to this, the date right now, as you're listening to this, is March 31st. You're probably getting this podcast in June or getting ready to be July. Now, why is that? Is because I push myself every day to make a podcast, so that I'm way ahead of the game, just in case something happens, or I just like to build the consistency muscle. So that's my last part of the top 6 questions I get asked often. If you got questions, shoot them to me and I'll answer them. All right. Have a good day, guys.